as much as I am so appreciative of the positivity and that everyone has shown us, there have been people who feel a little differently, and I understand it though, why some people are feeling a little skeptical, I guess, about us living here. And like for instance, one of the comments on Twitter says unemployment, poor healthcare services, corruption, etc. will drive these folks back to the U.S. It's a matter of time unless they have saved up enough. I think that's interesting because, we didn't come here. First, okay, this is how I feel about moving countries. When you move countries, you are essentially leaving one set of problems for another set of problems. And, in this life that we have here, you really just need to decide what set of problems you want to deal with because it is kind of up to you. And for me, I don't want to deal with those problems in the United States. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I just want a bit of peace when it comes to constantly feeling like I am a target, and all of those things that come with being black in America. I'm tired. And so we left. We have been abroad for the better part of a decade and won't be moving back to the United States unless we have to. And yeah, so I just feel like we know it's not perfect here. It's not perfect anywhere. However, I would much rather live here and deal with the problems and issues that we have here than what is going on in the United States, and just seems like it's never going to end in the United States. So yeah.
Jambo, welcome back to another amazing episode of the Returnee series. So today we're going to host someone who has chosen an East African nation. Impressive, right? Well, let's find out and let's invite our guest. Hello.
Hello. My name is Rukiya Mcnair, and I am originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States, and I am currently living in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Why Tanzania? What inspired you?
This was supposed to be a visit.
Wow.
And yeah, so we just decided to stay. The kids really liked it here. And I really like the ocean and the coastal living and the people here. I mean, everything and the whole vibe, like the energy here is very laid back, So yeah, I really like it.
Was it the first African country you visited?
No, we were in Rwanda for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came here.
So you visited just Rwanda and Tanzania so far?
No, so far I've been to Rwanda, Malawi, Ethiopia, Uganda, and I think that's it.
How long have you lived in Tanzania?
We've been here for about 2 years.
Wow, that's quite long. So you didn't even see yourself staying there. Were you planning to maybe stay there for, tell us the plan. How was it that you ended up staying in Tanzania?
Well, we were planning to stay in Kigali, Rwanda. So we were there for about 3 months just to see, how things were and how it was going to go with us. And then once the visas were up after 3 months, I had to leave to go to Indonesia to like wrap up some business things that I was doing there before. And so the plan was to go right back to Kigali. But I said, well, let's stop in Tanzania on the way and just to check it out and see, because I really love the ocean. I wanted to see, like, I hadn't been to any oceans or any coastal regions on the continent yet, and I really wanted to do that. So we stopped here on what was supposed to be on the way back to Kigali, and yeah, we just stayed here. So yeah.
Oh wow! So had you been traveling to all these countries you mentioned with the kids?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's quite impressive. And when you first got to Africa, how was the feeling? How did you feel? And did it meet the expectations you had?
You know, Rwanda was our first introduction to Africa, and um, I don't know how I liked being there, but I can't say that I felt at home there, to be honest. Um, we got stared at quite a bit, more so than I did when I was in Asia. Like it was just, I liked it. I really liked it, and I would still live there if I couldn't stay here. But yeah, I didn't feel at home there like I do here in Tanzania.
You said staring.
Huh?
Did you say they stared a lot or what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I
Mhm.
probably the dressing. They're very conservative. I've been there.
Yeah.
Anything above the knee or even knee length is kind of not so common. So when you dress like that, people would be staring at you like they would
Yeah.
actually tell that you're not a Rwandese.
Yeah. So that was, it was interesting. So compared to here, I mean, here we just like, I feel like we blend in a bit more. Most
Mhm.
people just assume that we're Tanzanian, and I like that. I like it that way, you know.
Mhm. And what do you miss most about the USA?
Um, I guess, I miss my friends and my family, but I mean,
Mhm.
that's about it. So, I just wanted to share something with you all real quick. So I'm here. I'm driving right now, and I was just pulled over really quickly back there, on the way out of my part of town, and they do that sometimes just to check your license and what have you. And the interaction that I had with this police officer, I don't think he's ever pulled me over before. And he was so nice. He asked me where I was going. He said, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" He didn't even take my license. And he was joking with me a little bit, and that's it. And he just kind of sent me on my way. And after that, I got a little emotional because I just started thinking about like how different that experience would have been in the United States. Because even if you don't die or you don't get completely fucking violated by the police officers in the United States, it's still not a good interaction when it comes to us, right? Usually. And so it just really made me think about how much I really want us to come to the continent. I mean, it really doesn't even have to be here, but I just want you to have an experience outside of the United States, a long term, more than just a week, especially if you're coming here, because it is so important for your mental health to experience a lot of the positivity that exists outside of the United States when it comes to us, to Black people, to Black Americans.
And what do you love most about Tanzania? You said just the weather.
I like the weather, the laid back atmosphere, the food, because we eat a lot of fish and vegetables and fruit, and so that's they have those things in abundance here. Yeah, the people, yeah, yep, and
All
also
right.
I like that there's so much to do here. So we can go to Zanzibar if we want to. We can go to Arusha. There's so much to
Mhm.
do.
Okay. Tell us about your experience the first year in Tanzania.
Okay, the first year in Tanzania, we spent most of that first year moving. We moved houses quite a few times, trying to figure out, just trying to find, it was trial and error, let's say that, as far as our home search. And, it was just me. I didn't really know anyone here, so I was just, trying to figure things out. So the first year was challenging, getting used to how things work here, um, finding my way around because I do drive here. So, it took some time to get used to driving here. And the roads just, yeah, it was the first year was a huge, challenging transition.
Talking, you've mentioned about driving. Does the American driving license work, or did you have to take a driving test there?
Oh no. Yes, the first year or so I was using my American driving license and that was fine. Um I just wanted a Tanzanian driving license, so I was able to get one not long ago. I didn't have to take a test or anything like that. Yeah.
Any challenges that you experienced when you moved there?
Um yes, the biggest challenge for me is language. It's still a challenge. I'm trying to learn Kiswahili and yeah, it's still a challenge for me. I think that's the biggest one though, is the
Mhm.
language barrier.
Yeah, because I know Tanzania, they mostly use Kiswahili, which is very good. I
Yeah,
think it's very
it
fast
is.
for you to learn, especially being in that environment. You learn Kiswahili very fast. Are the kids able
Yes,
to speak
exactly.
Kiswahili?
They do. They learn French and Swahili at school. So
Okay.
Mhm.
And when you moved, did you get to a point you felt like giving up and going back to America?
um I never feel like going back to America.
And what are the highlights of your stay in Tanzania so far?
Uh, hmm. Uh, I don't know. There's so many. Um, I guess you could say Zanzibar was pretty cool. That was a nice highlight, going to Stone Town and getting to see a place that, you see so often, like in editorials and on, on social media and stuff like that. That was really nice. Um, Another highlight would just be the house that we live in. We live like a 1 minute walk to the beach. We're right on the on the beach
Wow.
pretty much. Yeah, so that's really it's like every day is a highlight for me because
That's
we have this
amazing.
house here. So I'm just really, yeah, really happy to be here.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
wow, that's amazing. You're living a lot of people's dreams, including my dream. I would also want to live at the beachfront, or just as close I
Yeah.
can to the beach any day, anytime, any moment. That's really, really
Yeah.
awesome. Which is your
Yeah.
favorite food? You think that you love the food. Which is your favorite food in Tanzania?
Um, hmm. The fish, I will say it's called makange. So makange is it's like a tomato vegetable sauce that can go on like fish or chicken, or beef as well. So I like that. I like the fish makange. It's really good.
Oh, not chips my eye.
No, no, my daughter, that's her favorite. That's her favorite.
Oh, chips
Yeah.
my eye. Oh, okay. And what do you wish you knew before moving to Tanzania?
What's that?
What do you wish you knew before moving to
Oh,
Tanzania? Is there anything you wish you
um,
knew before moving?
yeah. I wish I knew that I was going to need to know the language the way that I wasn't expecting. I should have learned it before I came here. I should have started before I came here. Um, and that's definitely number one on the list.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, for those ones who are coming to East Africa, I do offer Swahili classes online. So check out my Patreon to be able to
Oh,
learn
really?
Kiswahili. Yeah, I
Oh,
do. I do that.
really?
For those ones who are interested, I think right now we've done like
Oh,
10 classes and we keep doing more and more classes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
Okay, so I understand you are a traveler. So did you have to ship your items to Tanzania, or you the kind of person who just travels with only what's enough? Whatever you get the other side, you live with it, move to the next.
Yeah. That's a good question. Okay, so because I have two children, and when I fly, I get 6 bags, so it's two for each of us. You see what I'm? Wait, no, nine, two, four, no, six for each of us. So and a carry-on. So yeah, I usually just use the kids their checked bag allocation, and if I can within all of those bags, I can usually fit everything. So
Oh,
yeah, so I
oh,
didn't
okay.
have to ship anything.
And how are the children adapting to the new environment?
Um, they love it here. That's part of the reason, why I decided to stay is because they make friends really easily here, more so than any of the other countries we've been to or lived in. And they love the ocean and the food and everything. So they're really happy here. Yeah.
Are they in school?
Well, yes, they are, and yes, yes. So school here, is back in session. So they will be
Wow.
going back to school in a few weeks.
Oh, that's quite awesome. So Tanzania has actually opened the school.
Yeah.
The schools that everybody is going to go back to school, or just some schools.
Yeah. No, I think everything is here is running as normal. So
Oh, that's good to know. And
mhm.
how's the education
Yeah.
system? How do you find it?
Well, my kids they go to international schools, so they're in the Cambridge system, which is the British system, and yeah, it was an adjustment from the American school system because I was
Mhm.
homeschooling, but I was homeschooling using the American curriculum, and so it's been an adjustment. But yeah, they're happy. We're all happy with it. Hmm.
Oh, and how is the healthcare system?
Mm, healthcare is not the best here, to be honest. There are certain places that if that are more expensive that you can go to. I won't say expensive, but that are more that cost more than others. So I guess it depends on how much you want to pay. But even the smaller clinics that cost a bit more than other places is still not the same quality of healthcare that we would probably get in other places. We were in Thailand. I think that was the best healthcare we've seen so far. Um, yeah, so we're just happy that we're healthy.
Sure. When you eat healthy, chances of staying healthy are quite high.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we take in
Hmm.
contributes to our health. Our health.
Yeah.
And how old are the babies?
How the what?
How old are the babies?
How old are they? They are 9. Well, my son is 9.5, and my daughter just turned 11.
Oh. Now getting to Tanzania, did you have to apply a visa before arrival, or you got a visa on arrival?
We got the visa on arrival. However, you can apply now. I think they didn't start this until after we got here. So you can apply online now with the e-visa. And so, yeah.
It was a visit visa. How many days?
So for American citizens, we get 1 year in Tanzania. However, you can only stay 90 days at once, which means you have to leave and come back every 90 days.
Mm, okay. How does someone get the 1 year?
That's it. That's the only option for Americans.
Like you can have a visa for 1 year or 90 days,
Yeah.
then you leave and come back every 90 days.
Yeah, so the visa is the whole visa is good for 1 year, right? But you can only stay 90 days at once.
So how do you do it
So
yourself?
every when we were on that visa before, we would just leave every 90 days and come back.
Oh,
That's all.
what
We
type
would
of
go like,
visa? Oh, go
hmm?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's how we visited so many countries too. So we went to Malawi, for one of our 90 days, and then we went to Ethiopia, so yeah, we got to travel a bit too, which was nice.
Oh, and what type of visa are you on right now?
My children are on student visas because they're going to school here. So yeah.
How much does the visa cost?
I think I used a lawyer. So everything what was a little bit more because I had to pay lawyer fees. I think the actual student visa maybe like $250 or something like that.
Or per year?
Per two, I think the student visa is good for 2 years.
Oh, that's quite affordable. Were there
Yeah.
any immunization requirements?
I think okay, so for Tanzania, they do ask you for what you call it, yellow
Yeah.
fever.
Yeah.
If you've been traveling to other places around the continent, if you're coming straight from the United States, I don't think that it's a requirement.
Oh, how much does someone need to survive in Tanzania for a month?
I guess it depends. That depends on how you want to live, really. I mean, because you can, go to Arusha, which costs much less than it does here, and you can get a one bedroom probably for like $200 a month, and you could, come here to Dar and get a one bedroom for 2,000 a month, so it's just, it really depends, on what area you want to live in and um, how you plan to live, like what your lifestyle is like. But I really
Hmm.
feel like there's something here for everyone's budget, in Tanzania.
Okay, so how are you able to generate revenue? Do you have any business? How do
I
you survive?
do.
Tell us a
Well,
bit.
we are surviving through several different things. I have an online business. I do relocation consulting. I teach English online as well. And the children's father, he works, you know, also. So, yeah.
Oh, the children's father is in Tanzania too.
He is not. No, he works outside of Tanzania. So he was in Afghanistan for a while, and he'll be heading somewhere else soon. So yeah, that's how we do things here.
Oh, and are there opportunities for employment for someone who wants to move to Tanzania?
Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. You know, the one thing I can say that's been common across most of the people I know who have resettled in Africa is that you don't really come here looking for a job. You come here to usually to open a business or to create jobs for yourself and for others. So I really don't recommend people to come here to find a job. Coming here to build employment for yourself and for others is the best way to go.
And what type of skills and industries are needed in Tanzania?
Technology, tech,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Yeah.
And is dual citizenship allowed in Tanzania?
No, it is not.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Tanzania doesn't allow dual citizenship.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I thought they do.
Yeah.
So that means you have to live on the resident permit.
Exactly. Yeah. They have permanent resident and then oops, sorry. And also I have to plug my phone in, sorry. And there we go. There is right. So what the kids would be considered now as a 2-year visa would be residency, a level of residency, but you don't get permanent residency until I think after 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that you've been here, but there's no dual citizenship.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And how can you
Yeah.
say your life has changed since you've been in Tanzania?
I think as a person, I've become much more patient. Um, and yeah, but my life has changed in general, just, watching my kids um be so happy and watching them, they're able to see themselves and everything on TV and the teachers at school and their friends at school. So I'm really enjoying just like that change and watching them grow up and really become individuals and learn about themselves and their own culture and the culture of Tanzania too.
Mm, okay. And why do you think it's important for Africa diaspora to come or visit there?
Well, I think it is so important because, especially coming from America, where the representation as far as everything, as media, doctors, teachers, everything, we get so used to seeing people in those positions that don't look like us. And so coming here, you're just looking at when you're just driving around, looking at the billboards, turning on the TV, watching a music video, just anything. It's just, and you see yourself all day, every day. And it's a lot to take in at first, but it is really an experience that I think that all diasporans need to have this peace of mind. Like your mind is at ease. And
Mhm.
even if just to come visit for a little while to experience it, I think that it would be really beneficial so that people can see how things should be, what it's like to be in the majority for once.
Oh, okay, that's good. And do you
Mhm.
have any regrets so far?
No, no, I'm so happy to be here. No.
Any advice that you have for someone who wants to move to Tanzania or Africa?
Just to research, make sure you just research all that you can. There's so many YouTube channels. Of course, there's mine, of course, but there's so many that you can find information. And my other piece of advice is to please try and learn the language. If you're serious about coming to Tanzania, at least it would be really helpful to try and learn the language before you come here.
Oh, and renting there, does one pay rent every month or do they have to pay for a full year?
That's a good question. Okay, so here it is 6 months. You typically at 6 months. You can negotiate, also, but usually at 6 months, sometimes, it'll be three. I think for a lot of the apartments, it can be monthly too. So, but typically at 6 months.
Oh, all right. So thank you so much, Rukiya. I appreciate your time and
Thank
thank you
you.
for showing up. Tell us about your channel.
Oh, you can check out my YouTube channel. It's Melanin Migration, and I'm also also the handle for Instagram um and Twitter as well. So yeah, and it's just my YouTube channel is just my life here in Tanzania, just a little bit about the things that we do and things that we have done before.
All right. Thank you so much and enjoy your stay in Tanzania. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Thank you so much for watching that amazing episode of The Returnees. Kindly like, share it out so that you can reach as many brothers and sisters out there. So until next time, kwaheri.
yangu wasenesi mwakire mtuzeha sana nenda finira chechemekwe uo yangu wasenesi mwakire mtuzeha sana nenda finira chechemekwe uo yangu wasenesi mwakire mtuzeha sana nenda finira chechemekwe